Hello, hello, hey, 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 fellow students. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy new year. I am teacher Ojong Elvis. You are English teacher. You can as well call me teacher Roy J. You all are welcome to our lesson for today. Hope you are all doing good, great, and keeping safe from COVID-19. Above all, taking your lessons pretty serious. All right, you are welcome to today's lesson. And in today's lesson, we are going to have our planet review. We're going to be reviewing, have our planet lesson review. This is what we're going to be reviewing for our lessons today. You can see it up there. Have our planet lesson review. So now, what is our planet? What's the planet that we live in? We have so many planets: Mars, Jupiter, and others. But we live in planet Earth. Earth is one of the planets, and Earth is the only planet that have life. So we live on planet Earth, and we have to save planet Earth. So what are some of the things we could do to save planet Earth? We should switch off the light. We should take a shower instead of a bath. We should recycle cans and papers. We should reuse wrappings. Okay, so these are some of the things that we had studied in the past and the various ways in which we can help our planet. So today we are going to review what we have talked about in the past for this lesson today. So with that being said, follow me to the lesson proper. Okay, so here we are going to talk about how the problems that this picture is showing. Which are the problems that this picture is showing us, and how can we fix these problems in order for us to help our planet? So what problem does each picture show? So each picture is showing which problem. This is 1, 2, 3. Now let's start with this problem, this and this. And after that, we are going to see what we can do to help each problem. And we will write a sentence down in your notebook and put it here for us. Now, we have this. What problem is this? This problem is a problem of not closing the tap. The tap is flowing, wasting water. Not closing the tap. That is problem number 1. What is this problem? This problem is not switching off the light. Not switching off the light. So the lights are on, so not switching off the lights. So we are wasting what? We're wasting energy, light energy. And the third problem is not managing and recycling our waste or garbage. Not managing our waste and garbage properly. There is no garbage bin. Now, how can we solve these problems? How can we solve these problems? Do you have any ideas? Okay, let's start. Problem number 1. According to you, how do you think we can solve this problem? Yes, try and see how you can solve this problem. To solve problem number 1, we are going to do what? Close the tap. We close the tap to stop water from wasting, because now the water is wasting. How should we help solve this problem is simply to close the tap, and that would solve the problem. Problem number 2, which is this one. How can we solve that problem? Do you have any idea how we can solve that problem? Okay, We can solve this problem by switching off the light. Switch off the light. Switch off the light is the way we can solve this problem. Switch off the light. Okay. All right. Now the next thing is, how can we solve problem number 3? Problem number 3 is not managing our waste properly. So how can we manage our waste properly? 1, recycling cans and papers. 2, canned papers bottle. 2, having a bin where we can put our garbage inside. So there should be a bin where we can put our garbage inside the bin. Okay, so that is how we can solve problem number 3. Okay, hope you understand that. Let's move to our next slide. Now, in this slide, we are going to let me hide this guy somewhere. All right, we are going to read and complete. Use the word in the box. So let's read together. Carl does some small things at home to help our planet. He switches off lights when he leaves the room. He does not leave the fridge open, and he always unplugs TVs and computers. He knows that when they are on standby, they also use some electricity. He also turns off the taps when he is not using water. He has a shower, not a bath. He remembers to reuse things too. He uses glass bottles and plastic bags again. Okay, so that is what Carl does. Now, things Carl does to save electricity, things Carl does to save water, and things Carl reuses. So now let's start with things Carl does to save electricity. 1, what does he do? He switches off lights. So we have that. He switches off lights. He switches off lights. That is one thing that Carl does to save electricity. Okay. He does not leave the fridge open and always unplug TVs and computers. That is the second thing he does to save electricity. He does not leave the fridge open and he always unplugs TVs and computers. So that is the second point. Okay, so another thing he does to save light is what? Okay, so let's go to the things Carl does to save water. What does Carl do to save water? Things Carl does to save water. All right. He turns off the taps when he is not using water, sorry. He also turns off the taps when he is not using water. So when Carl is not using water, Carl turns off the tap to save water. And the next thing he does is He has a shower, not a bath. So Carl has a shower, not a bath. Rather, he has a shower and not a bath. Okay. Okay. So what are the things Carl do? Things Carl reuses. What are the things Carl reuses? He remembered to reuse things. He reuses glass bottles. So 1 glass bottles and 2 plastic bags. The things Carl reuses are glass bottles and plastic bags. So those are the things that Carl reuses. He reuses glass bottles and plastic bags. Okay. So I hope you understood this exercise. And with that, let's go to our next slide. Okay, so here we are going to read and complete. Now you have Peter and Rose, and you have this question. So let's read together. Do you always throw away so much rubbish? Yes, I do. Well, think before you throw it away. You can use some of it again. What rubbish do you reuse? I reuse coffee jars to store sugar or sweets. I reuse plastic bags as rubbish bags around my house. And what about these envelopes? I use them as scrap paper to make notes on. How about these newspapers? I put them in recycling bins. Some people will recycle them. Okay, so that was it. So amazing and good. Now let's look at this. Here you have coffee bags, you have jars, newspaper, recycle bin, and envelopes. Okay, so this is what we call coffee jars. These coffee jars. Okay, coffee jars. This one, coffee jars. We use it to store sugar. We use it to store sugar. These are what? Wrappers. These are newspapers. These are envelopes, and these are bin. Okay. You can use jars to, what is the answer? That's sweets. So he said that you can use jar to store sugar or sweets, to store sugar or sweets. You can use jar to store sugar or sweet. So we have here to store sugar or sweet. So that is the answer in this position. Number 2, you can use plastic bag as, so let's look at these are plastic bags. Use plastic bags as what? You can reuse plastic bags as rubbish bags around the house. You can use plastic bags as rubbish bags. So you have rubbish bags. Can you reuse plastic bags as rubbish bags? So this is the answer, rubbish bags. Number 3, you can use all envelopes to, okay, so all envelopes, these are envelopes, all envelopes. So, and what about, I use them as scrap papers. You can use them as scrap papers to make notes on. You can use all envelopes to make notes on. You can use all envelopes to make notes on. Okay, so that is it. You can use all envelopes to make notes on. All right. And number 4 says, put old newspaper in there. Put all newspaper in there. Recycle bins. Recycle bins. Put all newspaper in there. Recycle bins. Recycle bins. Number 5, reuse means use again. Reuse means use again. Okay? Reuse means to use again. Use again. All right. So that is it for that exercise. I hope you took note of their answers and you have written them down. Now with that, let us go to our next slide. So here we are going to talk about, we are going to complete this table. Save water, things they do to help the planet. Save water, Betty, May, Harry, Mark. Write on 2 sides of the paper, put rubbish on the bin. So save water, May, Betty, May, Harry, Mark. Write on 2 sides of paper, put rubbish in the bin. Now we're going to listen to this exercise and take note of what they do to help the planet. Here we go.
Students Book, Unit 5, Lesson 1. English sounds. Listen and say.
Save it.
Save.
Put it in the bin.
Put it in the bin.
Write on 2 sides of paper.
Write on 2 sides of paper. Okay. So Betty, May, Harry, and Mark help to save the planet. Betty saves water and put rubbish in the bin. What does May do to save the planet? What does May do to save the planet? So let's look at May. May does what? May writes on 2 sides of paper. And what else does May do? May put rubbish in the bin and May save water. So we have May 1, 2, 3. So what does May do? May save water. May write on 2 sides of paper and May put rubbish in the bin. What does Harry do to save the planet? Harry save water and put rubbish in the bin. So save water, put rubbish in the bin. What does Mark do? Mark save water and write on 2 sides of paper. Mark save water and write on 2 sides of paper. So those are the various things. These are the various things Betty, May, Harry, and Mark does to save their planet. Okay? So these are the things they do to save their planet. Okay. Let's see it again one more time. Betty. Betty saved water and put rubbish in the bin. So this is Betty. Save water, put rubbish in the bin. May. May save water, write on 2 sides of paper, put rubbish in the bin. Harry. Harry save water, put rubbish in the bin. Mark. Mark save water, Write on two sides of paper. Okay. With that, we move to our next slide. Here we have this object: bins, plastic bags, bottles, newspapers, cans, paper. Now read, listen, and match. So let's listen and match.
Students' Book, Unit 5, Lesson 1. Exercise 2. Read, listen, and match.
1. We read them.
We read
Two.
them.
We write on this.
We write on this.
It is in your notebook.
It's in your notebook.
3. We put rubbish in them.
We put rubbish in them.
They can be plastic or glass. We buy water and other drinks in them. 5. They are from the market. We put our shopping in them. 6. They are metal. They're used for food and drink.
All right. So we have here, 1, we read them. 2, we write on this. It's in your notebook. 3, we put rubbish in them. 4, they can be plastic or glass. We buy water and other drinks in them. 5, they are from the market. We put our shopping in them. 6, they are metal. They are used for food and drink. Okay, so we have bins, plastic bags, bottles, newspaper, cans, and paper. Now let's see. We read them. So what do we read? We read newspapers. So this one, the answer is newspaper, number 1. Number 2, we write on this. It's in your notebook. What is number 2? Paper, which is this, F, paper. Number 3, we put rubbish in them. We put rubbish in them. What is that? Bins. Okay, we put rubbish in them. So is this one. Number 4, they can be plastic or glass. We buy water and drinks in them. Okay, so those are bottles. Bottles. 5, they are from the market. We put our shopping in them. So we have plastic bags. This one, plastic bags. So these are plastic bags. Okay, plastic bags. 6, they are metal. They are used for food and drink. So this, we call them cans. Cans. Okay, so with that, we come to the end of this slide. Make sure you go through it as many times as possible to be acquainted with it and have a comprehensive knowledge on what it is all about. All right. With that, we'll move to our next slide. In this slide, we are going to listen and match. So we have don't throw away rubbish. Recycle paper. Save plastic bags. Don't throw away cans. Turn off lights. Plant trees. A, you can save the forest. B, you can recycle them. Recycle them. You can recycle them. C, it makes your school dirty. D, you can save electricity. E, they make the air clean. F, you can reuse them. Okay, so let's listen and match this activity.
Students' Book, Unit 5, Lesson 2. Exercise 3. Listen and match. 1. Don't
throw away rubbish. It makes your school dirty. 2. Recycle paper. You can save the forest. 3. Save plastic bags. You can reuse them. 4. Don't throw away cans. You can recycle them. 5. Turn off lights. You can save electricity. 6. Plant trees. They make the air clean.
Yeah, they make the air clean through photosynthesis. So let's put the answers. 1 says, don't throw away rubbish. It makes your school dirty. That is the answer. Recycle paper. You can save the forest. Next. Save plastic bags. You can reuse them. 4. Don't throw away cans. You can recycle them. Turn off lights. You can save electricity. Plant trees. They make the air clean. Okay, so that is it for this listening activity. And with that, we come to the end of this lesson. Thank you very much for being part of the lesson. See you guys in our next episode. Until then, I remain your English teacher, Teacher Raije, signing out for today. Goodbye to all of you and stay safe.